Hey, I'm Jake. I'm currently here representing K Company 3rd Battalion of the 26th Infantry Regiment, 1st Infantry Division, during the Battle of Aachen. So, basically, October 1944, we basically liberated most of France, and we're now moving up through Belgium into Germany. So actually, we're attacking Aachen, which is it's right on the French-German border, and it becomes kind of the first city to fall to American forces, to any actually Allied forces in Germany. And it had a lot of historical significance, both for the German people and for Nazis specifically. So it was the crowning city of the first Holy Roman Emperor, Charlemagne, who is basically the First Reich. And it became a big political gambit, essentially, for the Nazis to try and defend it. So they really wanted to defend it. The original commander of in the Aachen area, Gerd von Rundstedt, was a very capable and famous commander. He actually wanted to basically have it as an open city because he didn't want, there were still a lot of civilians in there, and they didn't want, all of the very famous, especially like the cathedral, for example, where Charlemagne got crowned, to be destroyed. But Hitler sacked him. He ordered it to be a Festung, like a fortress. And so they sent it to basically anyone they could scrounge up in the area. So some Panzer Division, some of the new Volksgrenadier divisions, and even the local police department ended up fighting. And it was pretty brutal. The U.S. suffered more casualties than the Germans, which was pretty unusual for this time in the war, because it was really deadly urban fighting, kind of similar to Stalingrad, where you had to clear each room, house by house, room by room, and essentially the American strategy ended up just being blowing it up. So they would take, bazookas, rifle grenades, and then, tank destroyers, tanks, even self-propelled artillery, the long toms, and just using them as direct fire into some of the buildings to try and get them. And it was a pretty costly battle for the 1st Infantry Division. They took a lot of casualties. They then went to the Hürtgen Forest, where they also took a lot of casualties. And then it was into the Bulge. So pretty rough three months for the 1st Infantry Division. And we just got a variety of personal items as well as weapons to kind of show the fighting going on.
The Germans! Oh!
Would you mind describing a little bit?
Yeah, of course. So over here we have the M1 Garand. So this was the service rifle of the U.S. Army at the time. If you were serving in the U.S. military, there was a pretty good chance of an infantryman. You had an M1 Garand, which gave us a pretty big advantage over pretty much everybody else who were still issuing bolt-action rifles. And so basically infantry kit, it was usually just a cartridge belt, bayonet, canteen first aid kit. Sometimes they would just put stuff in their pockets because, they're not going very far from supply bases because it's literally just blocks. So sometimes they wouldn't even wear their webbing, maybe just a bandolier or so. And this M1 Garand is attached with a rifle grenade, which was, again, a very useful tool for clearing buildings. So this is the anti-tank warhead, but because it's a high explosive anti-tank, it's got a shaped explosive charge, so it's good. It's a good general purpose round. But they would also make, white phosphorus, smoke, specific frag rounds. So, interestingly, a lot of battles you see that soldiers ditching the haversack, but again, because things were so close in, they would actually fight with the haversack on, so we gotta have that represented here as well. So some personal items, they would travel pretty light typically. For example, shaving kit, toothbrush, toothpaste, food, that's about it. Some captured German alcohol, some grenades, so frags and white phosphorus. This was, technically a smoke grenade, but it was used offensively quite a bit because white phosphorus basically just burns through everything. So I would say probably more often than not actually used as an offensive room clearing grenade versus an actual smoke device. And then lately we have a bazooka M1A1. So they would use these to create, kind of like these rat holes that they could then either shoot, in through or put troops in to kind of take these buildings because that's what they had to do.
Is this like a pre-World War II?
Got anything? Any other questions?
Thank you.
All right, my pleasure.